for today's cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee.
And Kid was kind enough that he went and prepared my cup of coffee. He says I don't slurp coffee, that I sip the coffee. That's because if I slurp the coffee, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get strangled and embarrass myself and have to do all this shit all over again. I know that. I know me.
That and being compared to
certain
people that do the coffee slurp.
It's somebody else's trademark. It's not ours.
It's not trademarked. Nobody can trademark a damn
I don't know.
coffee slurp.
These people that's wanting to trademark everything these days. Words. That was like the big thing about the Taco Tuesday. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how did that go? That didn't work because it's a common phrase.
Right. I think that they had to allow whoever it was to use it.
There's a statute of limitations. Is that the right word?
Yeah. I mean, we have reached new levels of stupid. We really, truly have.
Yeah.
So, that has kind of sort of something, but not really.
In this level of stupid, some people still have their smarts because they actually brought back brats and they're the good ones.
Yes.
I got my hands on Tiana.
He didn't take his Stratera today.
No.
My doctor is going to up my dosage.
He upped my dosage, too. Or he was supposed to up my dosage.
Well, I don't know whether he was sort of, And it's like, yeah, diabetics do better on a keto diet. He knew that. It was the diabetes doctor that didn't get that.
Yeah.
Which was frustrating. No, God love him.
It's sad when
really admire Dr. Ortiz lots and appreciate him. He's dealt with me for many years over many situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he can calm me down.
He really can.
Yeah, because I do respect him, but he also shows that respect back. Yeah.
He does. He's a very respectful man.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Shaman. He is a shaman. On a spiritual level, he is a shaman. And I've told him that before.
He has to be.
Yeah. I know that. He's out of our tribe. He's out of our spiritual tribe. I knew that the first time I saw him. I can usually spot one of us. Doesn't matter what color skin they're wearing. It's a matter of that spirit. And you know it. You know it.
For real.
So, speaking of spirits and all these different things, from Daily Star, and this one actually sort of slid under my radar.
What is it?
Well, I was looking for something, and it was just like, yeah. And this was an offshoot of one of the other stories that I was going to discuss.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, that's it. And maybe it was just a matter of the right timing.
What is
this
it?
Is by Reanna Smith, and it was August the 3rd of 2023.
Oh, before we get started, though, did you see that little Tay died at 14, and her brother as well? She was this Asian child who was making these vulgar videos, like flaunting money and such. By vulgar, like, she just said a lot of horrible shit. Flaunting big stacks of money. And she's dead. Her and her brother both died suddenly.
I did see something about that. I saw a headline about it, but I didn't know enough about it other than child exploitation. I think that was
suspicious.
Something that was going on.
That's weird.
Yeah. And it's just...
And she's in the midst of... She was supposed to be, like, in the midst of legal trouble, too.
That's really sad. That's really sad. That's just more evidence of weird shit that is going on. Totally, completely weird shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's a child.
Yes, it is.
She does not have control over her actions.
Well, they're not to the point where they can make proper decisions on certain things, and... Yeah. That used to be something, that was a Psych 101 thing about the development of children's brains and their ability to think and function, and yeah.
I think the parents got rid of her.
Well, anyhow, you're going down a totally different rabbit hole.
I just needed to bring that up.
Okay. Totally different rabbit hole here. This is Dr. Stephen Greer. This is the rabbit hole that has been presented. I don't even think this is one of those big sinkholes that goes to the center of the earth. It's what this has become. Ugh. And a UFO expert has claimed that there is a rogue operation operating across the world who have advanced technology they will imminently use to stage a fake alien attack. We've been saying that. That's Project Bluebeam. That's been in the making for a very long time.
It's coming. They're about to set it off.
Dr. Stephen Greer founded the Disclosure Project, which has identified more than 700 high-level whistleblowers willing to testify in their pursuit to have allegedly classified UFO information disclosed. Now, he's been fighting for disclosure for about 20 years.
Yeah.
Way before David Grush or any of these other people. Now, I will say, and Stephen Greer, he's a bit odd. He's odd.
Just a bit.
But now he was the one that he had his national press conference or whatever it was before they had the Senate hearing. Not sure why Grush wouldn't, go in with Greer's group. I don't know.
There's suspicion with that.
Well, yes. But it was also one of those as far as Deep State hitting back against Grush, that they had released his medical records. Of course, he hadn't.
Which is illegal because HIPAA.
It's highly illegal.
HIPAA.
He had, in the interview that he did, the initial interview, exposing as far as the reverse engineering, the non-human biologics or biologicals or whatever the hell he called, is dead aliens. That he made mention in the initial interview that he did have PTSD. Well, he's a combat veteran.
Yeah.
You can't go through something like that and not have it affect you in a traumatic way unless you are reptilian or something.
They act like this is a big gotcha moment, but that just shows that they're just rats.
I mean, that's what they've got. That's what they've got. I mean, to try to use somebody that's got PTSD. And the interview that I watched today, which there's several of them, but he was being interviewed by like Chris Cuomo, that was formerly of CNN.
Chris Cuomo?
And see, it's always one of these that is the enemy of my enemy, my friend. I don't know.
That broke my brain.
But it's one of those that
is my enemy the enemy of my friend. What?
Is the enemy of my enemy, my friend.
Is the enemy of my enemy.
Yes, it's
See,
sobs.
I told you it broke my brain.
Well, it sobs. Just try to swim through it.
I'm trying. This fish has swim bladder right now.
No, remember I told you the story about the salmon. Be a salmon. If you've got to be a fish, be a damn salmon. Incoming coffee.
What part of
ingestion?
Swim bladder. What part of swim bladder?
Well, it'll be all right.
You know what swim bladder is?
I do. I used to have aquariums. I appreciate aquariums greatly. But anyhow, the ufologist from North Carolina has warned the U.S. government that there is a secret organization operating without their supervision to recover alien aircraft and extraterrestrial bodies. And again, he did this years before the thing with Grush. He also claims that the same organization has developed technology so advanced that it could be used to mimic an alien invasion, and warns they're planning to do just that very soon.
When did he say that?
Okay, during an interview for Vlad TV, July 31st of 2023, Dr. Greer discussed a massive technological boom that occurred between 1945 and 1954, in which he claims humans mastered the technologies. Now, this is a YouTube channel, and it is one that I think it was like a $5 a month subscription or something. No, it's not. So I will put a link to that, and they have already released several, they just broke the interview up into little snippets.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't either.
So this article was taken from that interview. So I had to go back and watch that. But he said that these technologies have been created covertly without the knowledge of the U.S. government officials. Greer stated, quote, "It's a nonlinear development of technologies covertly that aren't under the supervision of most of the Pentagon and White House and even CIA and Congress. It's in this rogue operation that tells very little of what they have," end quote. Yes, that's the deep state. These are the reptilians. These are the overlords that's trying to do shit to everybody on the planet.
Yes. We found the commercial that had the alien dude in it.
Yeah. Dr. Greer warned that the rogue operation could use the advanced technology to do two dangerous things. He said, quote, "They can use those technologies to do two dangerous things. Stage a fake alien attack, sort of a false flag, which I think is imminent, frankly. Secondly, target extraterrestrial assets, which is a huge risk," end quote. Now, he has stated before that the military, deep state, all this stuff has technology reverse engineered that they're using against the good extraterrestrials. Yes. He's been saying that for years.
And guess what? The good extraterrestrials, more than likely, they're probably going to save some of us.
I hope. And the UFO...
Because I'm like, they're not all bad. I tried to tell you that. They're not all bad.
Well, you said not all the reptilians. There's multiple
I said aliens
different species.
But then I said aliens in general.
Yeah.
Like the Greys. Some of them, yeah, they are for the bad. But there are a bunch of Greys that are for the good.
I hope. And the UFO expert who also claimed more aliens have been visiting Earth since the first atomic bomb because they're concerned we could destroy the planet. Well, yeah. Warned the extraterrestrials could start to feel threatened by us if we use the technology to continue downing their spacecraft. We'll give him a second.
Threatened by us.
Absolutely.
Threatened by us.
If we continue downing their spacecraft. That was the rest of that.
What kind of fuck shit? Like, seriously, who literally looks at an alien spacecraft and be like, I want to shoot it?
There are people that are like that.
You have to be a massive fucking egotistical dumbass.
Yeah, so they're called megalomaniacs. They're called lots of people in positions of power. For real. That's why they do what they do. And Greer had stated, quote, "At some point you have to ask a question. Even though I'm quite convinced these ET civilizations are fundamentally peaceful, you don't know where is the red line. How far can you push into this and create a threat where humans are a threat before they have to intervene?"
For real.
I don't know why that's written like that, but that's apparently what he said.
That made perfect sense, though.
Okay, and revealing more about the rogue operation, Dr. Greer claimed they're not just operating in the U.S. Well, yeah, a lot of us knew that.
Worldwide. They're trying to be the new world order. See, yeah, I'm getting
You're getting escalated. And Greer stated, quote, "The organization we're talking about is transnational. It's not only in the U.S., meaning that it has corollaries." I don't know what happened on that one. And components. Yeah, I'm not even going to try that one again. In every country, and it moves with hilarity. I should have wrote that freedom.
Is that English?
They conspiring against everybody. The man, I'm going to cut to the chase. He says that all these big wigs that they trying to conspire against everybody here on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
And he also claimed that the operation had moved down a spacecraft and extraterrestrial bodies across borders to be dissected. Dr. Greer said increased UFO sightings since the 1950s could be put down to aliens observing us because of their concern about advancing technologies and the risk they pose to extraterrestrial civilizations on Earth.
That's sad when aliens are more concerned about us, about humans, than humans themselves.
Well, now this is his take on this, but he claimed the aliens will not try to intervene until it goes too far. He said, quote, "I don't think the ETs are going to just land on the White House lawn. What I think is, to be honest with you, the ETs are expecting the children of Earth to fix this problem. There's an expectation of the humans need to fix this, as opposed to them landing here and fixing it for us, so I think their presence has been very nuanced up until now. The question is, how far can they let us muck things up?" End quote. Well, you know, like I said, part of this I agree with and part of it I don't. I've had issues with some of the statements that I've heard Greer make. And, there are aliens that are not on our side. And that was one of the things that Grush did bring forth in the congressional hearings when he talked about interdimensional beings.
Yeah.
Because it's not from, whatever the dog star 5,000 galaxies over. That's not feasible.
Years ago, I had a dream that there was a group of aliens that moved right across the street from us.
Right.
Like, those neighbors were gone. The house was replaced by something else that they made.
Well,
and so, but they were friendly. They waved at us all the time.
That's nice.
We just went. It was peaceful. We went out there, waved at them. But like, alien friends.
Well, alien friends is okay. It's just a matter of I don't care what it is, what species it is. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It can really be that simple.
Like, I can vibe with aliens that have the same ethics as us.
But it's a matter of, we understand that the reptilians, that is not their agenda.
Yeah.
And it's
not.
As far as you look at some of these Klaus Schwabs and whoever is behind him and stuff like that, and all this stuff is fallen angels, all the way back to Enoch.
Most reptilian creatures in general, they're not all that friendly.
No. And
I was putting that lightly, but like, yeah, no. Even according to that book that I read just briefly, yeah, no. Most of the alien species are not
right.
You don't fuck with the reptiles,
right? Or the insects, the mantids or whatever. Is that what it was? They were like praying mantises.
I skipped over those.
Manta, whatever.
I skipped over those because I was not after.
No, that was the other one.
Not after
the
those.
Insects. The reptilians and the insects were the ones that.
I will not eat the damn bugs.
Right. So it's just one of those things. There's more and more that's pouring forth. And when it's coming from Greer, like I said, he's done this for 20-some years. He has worked his ass off for real with this disclosure project. And the people that have come forth and have spoken at some of his press conferences and stuff, these people have been through things.
And they've seen shit.
They have seen shit. So, I mean, you can just feel it in the air.
For real, something is coming.
Yeah.
Major.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, it's scary.
Within Scripture, we're warned of these things. You've had, as far as within the Christian community, followers of Christ, different things like that. L.A. Marzulli has warned of this for ages. Chuck Missler warned of these things. It's called the Great Deception. It's not just as far as the Antichrist. There's other stuff that goes along with that. There's a lot of people that claim to be Christian that they won't even touch those subjects.
No.
And then they will look at people like us and go, you one of those fringe ones. It's like, well, yeah, I think that Christ was on the fringe a bit too. You know, he wasn't exactly one of the mainstream.
He was not a popular person.
No, he wasn't. So, incoming coffee
I can't wait
consumption.
for the day that we get to meet him. For real.
I don't think it's going to be that much longer.
Like I said, I cannot wait for the day that we get to meet him.
Yeah. Yeah, cool things.
And just to hang out and chill.
Yeah. That's it. Just to, as far as all the current deception, for that to be over, the doubt, the worry, the fear, all that stuff to be gone.
All of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No fear, point blank period.
So that's,
no hate, point blank period. Right. No anger. Yeah. No hurt.
Well, now with anger...
Well, there's different levels of anger. When it's coming from a hurt place, that's different.
Well, it's one of those as far as the war in the heavens. Now, there is such a thing as righteous indignation.
But I'm talking about, like, the needless anger. Like,
right.
the pointless...
Petty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The pointless, petty, just vicious, and cutthroat anger is what I'm talking about.
And that's from the devil, and that's where people don't understand who and what they are as a species. And they don't understand that they're loved. So
that's the issue. They don't have God in their hearts, so they don't understand what love actually is.
But that's why it's important that people, instead of just talking about what they believe, show what they believe.
Mm-hmm.
To be kind, to be compassionate, to help somebody, to say thank you, Simple. It can be so remarkably simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Final thoughts on this before you take that vape and be coughing your head off again. That's exactly what he had. Thrown that thing away, and then it's like he dug it out of the trash can.
I didn't dig it out of the trash can. I just found it laying on your clothes thing, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Do your thing.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment. Is that my thing?
No, it was actually final comments, but you can go ahead and
My
do
bad.
that.
Forgot.
It's all right. It's all right. If you like the thing, like it.
Aliens. We all knew that they were coming. And, like, seriously, if the government's going to do that Project Blue Beam shit, that's when they'll actually be like, oh, we need to intervene.
It's going to be interesting.
Because then they're slandering them. The ones that did nothing. Who are just observing.
Yeah. Remember, Scripture talks about the watchers.
You don't do that.
That was the whole thing, was that they were set here to watch humanity.
Right.
Until you had those few that they broke rogue, and they decided to go totally against God's wishes.
Mm-hmm.
They came down and started just screwing everything up. They still doing that.
Yes.
Because they had a choice, and they don't like the consequences of their choices.
But not gonna lie, when those actual aliens come crashing down, and when I mean crashing down, they're gonna be coming down. It's gonna be some fucking scary shit.
Oh,
you think Project Blueberry, Project Blueberry, Violet Beauregard? There's gonna be droves. There's gonna be fucking droves of Violet Beauregards rolling down the street.
Youngest kid plans an alien invasion. There you go.
Nah, when they come down because of Project Bluebeam, that is going to be even more terrifying than Project Bluebeam.
Yeah, I think so. I think.
But to an extent, it's also not, because you will be able to feel the difference between them and the fakes.
I think so. Yeah. Anyhow, and reading the comments on a lot of this stuff it's interesting. It really is, because there are people that don't even want to deal with the possibility that this stuff is real.
For real. They don't.
And it's like,
people just want to completely dissociate right now.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. I think to a lot of it, it's,
And it's like, no, you can't. Even y'all stoners out there, y'all need still some lucidity.
Even if it's
don't
silent.
toke too hard.
You can have some silent lucidity.
Yeah.
Nice little Queen's right.
You can have one puff
there.
and that's about it. That's all that you get.
Okay. Is that it? Is that your final thoughts? Are you
Aliens.
over there? Yeah.
I'm
he's
scared
wigging
as
out.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's scary times. Well, it's like...
the world fucking breaking apart.
It is breaking apart.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's scary.
Sure it is. And this happens
but it's
ever
also
so
exciting.
often. It is. It is exciting, because a lot of this stuff, it's change, and it's so much at once.
Yeah.
And that's what the planetary alignment is at this point. It's happened before. So, and that's where you hold faith. Fear profits you nothing.
No.
Nothing. So, if you've had if you've had excitements, if you've had experiences with the paranormal or supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, you can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and that email address will be there in the description box, as will the link to the article and the link to this interview on Vlad TV. I'll have to check that out tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll definitely tune into that.
Yeah.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, and have a good. Motherfucking aliens be crashing down from the skies. The sky's falling.
They've been saying the sky's falling for a long time.
Well, people say that like it's actually like plates from the spaceship. That's what it was like in that movie, the version of Chicken Little that I watched. That's what it was. It was spaceships. The sky was made out of spaceships.
13th Warrior. Need to go back and rewatch 13th Warrior. There's great wisdom in that movie. It's not going to go and hide in the hole if you want. It's what Hagar had said.
People have
it won't change your fate one bit.
But pay attention to what they tell in the movies, even older movies. Soft disclosure is everywhere.
Yeah, and so is ancient wisdom on how to deal with things. One of those movies, I think it said, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, know that you're loved. Just keep your head on a swivel. Pray for discernment. Have some common sense. Stay away from the stupid, because my God, it's out there and it is thick.
Yeah.
And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cut.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.